So let's talk a little bit about this. Special counsel Jack Smith has moved to abandon both federal criminal cases against Donald Trump.
Brooke Singman has the details on it. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, guys. Yeah, we are just 50 days out from his return to the Oval Office, and President-elect Trump may have just gotten his biggest legal win yet. So the federal judge on Monday moved to grant special counsel Jack Smith's request to drop the charges related to his 2020 federal election case. Constitutional law expert Jonathan Turley says it was only a matter of time once Trump got reelected. Listen.
Smith was like a captain who would soon be without a ship or crew, and he had to dismiss this case. It wasn't by choice. What Smith knew is that this election would have the effect of the largest jury verdict in history, that if the president was elected, he was out of a job, and that turned out to be true.
Meanwhile, Trump posting on Truth Social, writing, quote, "These cases, like all of the other cases I have been forced to go through, are empty and lawless and should never have been brought." VP of the Trump Organization, Eric Trump, also reacting.
The irony of Jack Smith is, he brought this case to try and make sure my father never got elected. And I actually think it was Jack Smith who might go down as one of the very reasons my father got elected, right? It's kind of the law of unintended consequences.
Separately, Smith's team also moved to end its appeal of the other federal judge's decision in the Southern District of Florida to drop the classified document case against the president-elect. Now, that Judge Eileen Cannon of the Southern District of Florida ruled earlier this year that Smith was unlawfully appointed as special counsel. All right, so here is a look at where all of Trump's legal battles now stand. So Trump is no longer facing any sort of federal charges. And here in New York, Judge Juan Merchan granted Trump's request to file a motion to dismiss the charges. So we are also still awaiting a possible ruling from Merchan on presidential immunity. Guys.
All right, Brooke, thank you very much. And at the very core, because Jack Smith had, and Ainsley, you brought this up, and Newsweek has done the calculations, and they suggest that the Department of Justice and Jack Smith have spent over $50 million with these twin prosecutions against him on the federal level. But Jack Smith had no choice. Department of Justice policy, and he was just following instruction from the way the law is written. DOJ policy says it is unconstitutional to pursue prosecutions against sitting presidents, and in 55 days, he's going to be the sitting president. Now, what's curious is, and we're going to talk to we're going to talk to Greg Jarrett here in about 15 minutes. Both filings requests for dismissals without prejudice, and that leaves open the possibility that they could refile it. But here's the thing: the statute of limitations runs out after 5 years, and of course that would be way past the end of, it's going to expire essentially during his term, and that's just not going to happen then.
So a couple of things. He tried to litigate the case before the public because he knew he wasn't going to win in court. He's been overturned multiple times by courts. He went after Bob Menendez, lost there. Went after John Edwards, lost there. And so the question is, why would you even appoint someone that is overzealous that gets overturned? The thing that I found fascinating yesterday watching the Monday night shows on the other channels is there was a lot of criticism from their legal pundits on why Merrick Garden took so long to appoint him. Not that this is over. The spin last night was if only he would have brought it sooner,
right,
Donald Trump would be in jail by now and wouldn't have the chance to run.
Merrick Garland must be like, I wish I was just became Supreme Court justice.
Right.
It would have been so much easier. So the Dems hate him because he was late. The Republicans hate him because he did this. And I just think, is it true, guys, that they're going to file the report anyway?
Yes,
so
final report.
So he's going to get a final say. He's going to put that, hey, this is what I would have tried him on. And he's going to go, okay, go read it, everybody. And then we're going to have something else to talk about and debate afterwards. And then Donald Trump.
But why are I'm so sorry. But why are we doing that? Yet again, this is another example. The case has been dropped. And we're going to take legal documents, evidence,
right,
that they allege evidence, and put it out there for the fear when it hasn't been prosecuted yet.
Well, because DOJ's got that policy, you can't prosecute a sitting president, but we're probably going to see all this stuff, Brian, not only in the final report, but if they do go ahead and, prosecute Walt Donata and the other guy who were involved in, they say, obstruction of justice down at Mar-a-Lago, then we'll hear the whole case. The question is, why would the Department of Justice go after that, knowing that the president will then have pardon power? And it's like, I'm just going to pull the plug on both those cases.
Think about when they went through Melania's drawers, when they went through her closet, her underwear, whatever. We had to pay that person, right? You have to pay everyone who went to Mar-a-Lago in that raid. So this money all included, Brooke went through it, but the employee, not only salaries, but rent, computer services, support, transcripts, then also bodyguards for Jack Smith. How much was Jack Smith getting paid? You know, it's almost like if you get a blank slate, if it's the government's money, just spend it. Who cares? Right. It's not my money. I'm just going to spend and spend and spend. When you look at these totals, Newsweek did a great job of breaking it down from like November 18th in 2022, 2 years ago, just until the following March, they spent $5.4 million, a little bit more than that. Then they break it down for the next set of months between April 1st and September 30th. And direct and indirect spending, $15 million. Then between October 1st and this past March 31st, they spent $6.6 million. I mean, you read these numbers, it's a lot of
Who
money.
did it serve?
Sure, you know, here's a big number.
Hope can call it back.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.